So let's look at this thing now. And the whole time during this video, I want this to be in the back of your mind. There are many militias and hate groups that have military training, shooting, survival tactics, camouflage, building basic structures, basic bunkers, covert techniques, stealth techniques, what have you. On and on, different military tactics that they learn and they practice over and over again until they get good at it, and it becomes almost second nature. And you have a bunch of, there's a lot of black guys who have family in the South who grew up shooting guns, and there's a lot of black guys who fought in the military and stuff like that. And but when you really look at this thing, the training really falls heavily on the white people. Now, I'm not racist, but you have to understand that being a warrior is one of the main ingredients the black community is missing. We need warriors with valor, who understand maneuverability, who understand striking, who understand focus and concentration, and going after your goals. Some of us go on divine journeys, some of us have more normal life. Everyone does what they're naturally inclined to do, or their predispositions and judgments met halfway, perhaps. The conclusions of the trials and proceedings of their sensual desires and their higher self, their logical self. The part of them is a mix of survival, creativity, evolution, and a desire to explore life more, experience life more. The bottom line is they have great warriors, and they reward their warriors with beautiful women, nice homes and stuff. And there's some of these guys getting into trouble and financial trouble, and they're part of the underclass of society. But they're there. And when one of them does something great, they get their credit. I don't get my credit. Women I've fallen in love with, far away, one in particular. I've been rejected many times in life. And now it's just, people have forgot the importance of these things. And everything associated with them is being forgotten. The weapons, the apparel, the symbols, the brotherhood, the tradition, the ceremony, the spirit, the little things that tell us about our ancestors. Well, who made this move? Where? How? Why? What different applications? The moves tell the story of our ancestors when you mix it with the history and the time and the place, and you understand how these moves are timeless. As long as people are people, they're not some kind of cyborg or something, it will always be the best way to do it. But if you can effectively program somebody's mind to be damn near flawless at martial arts, then it is over. The traditions have failed. And I don't put it beyond these people at all to do such a thing. Because as soon as you can make it so that it would take a very dramatic miracle from God to win at natural combat because of your technology, then martial art traditions are all but gone, and basically for all intents and purposes gone. So there's certain things that need to maintain intact, remain intact. So when you talk about a company moral code, that will always remain. Today's the 28th, and I'm not going to release this until the 29th. You have to look at things for what they are. You look at gangs, for example. They gotten pretty big. Urban gangs over the years. And it is laughable to believe that these gang members can network so effectively, but other groups of people can't. Because though there are a lot of educated and worthy gang members who are very perceptive, they just don't have the resources and the educational background in general. They're not a group of academics, generally speaking. So when you look at who does collaborate to create society, not just to take advantage of the loopholes, try to find an angle in the criminal underworld and exploit it, but to actually be the biggest criminals of all and to create it. And in this world where you have to deal with both, and you see this in history books and on, where great warriors would have to deal with the bandits. They would have to deal with the clans, the cults, the gangs, the harassers, the persecutors, the violators, the molesters, the scum of the earth. And as we see these things evolve, who is the modern day transcendent hero trained in the African ancient sacred war arts? And who is, the modern day goons? Who are the goons? Who are the modern day corrupt, violator, ruffian type of law enforcement and military men? And of course, within the ranks, I think we all understand and we're all aware on a certain level. This is not just me insinuating and postulating based on arbitrary ideas. This is the truth. We are all aware that there's some good people in these different groups, but when you look at them as a whole, it's rotten. Rotten. Whereas when you keep something pure, like a pure apple, a pure piece of fruit, right? You can consume it, and it's good for you. So same thing with negative spirituality, inverted spirituality, dark spirituality, dark magic, dark intent, dark suggestion, dark psychology and trickery and treachery, illusion, etc. So when I see that women do not value me and they like all the despicable scum, They want to feel secure in society, you know. Or they live kind of in the poor areas and they've succumbed to the pressures of the ghettos and the underprivileged sectors of society, the sections where cops kind of let a little bit more take place for several reasons. One, it is what naturally happens when there's continued crime in an area, relentless waves of criminals, is that they're going to start saying, hey, we can't just keep going there every 5 minutes. We're going to start ignoring a lot of stuff. Two, they want to keep the nice areas safe. That's the difference. If that was in a nice area or, you know, in front of the White House or something, then they would address it. And they would go to great lengths to shut it down. And they have many ways to persuade and exploit and to financially, socially, politically, spiritually twist their arms, physically even, to get them to relocate. This thing is tightly held. The white power structure isn't a bunch of ninnies.